I'm Richard Redmond. This is another episode from Mrs. Caudle's Curtain Lectures. As usual, Mrs. Caudle embarks upon another one of her lectures. In this lecture, she's asking Joe for his opinion about a name for their new baby and who he would like as a prospective godfather. And as usual, Joe would just like to read his newspaper and spend a quiet evening at home, listening to the sound of silence.
Joe.
Gentlemen.
How have you been, Job? How have you been?
Oh, fine, same as usual.
How's the missus?
Same as usual.
Any more lectures?
Gentlemen, I could write a book if I had a title.
How about the tongue wagger? Huh? Tongue wagger?
That's a good title.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Lord knows it fits.
Have you had any more lectures recently?
My ears are still ringing, Tom.
Tell us, we could use a good story.
Well, the other night, she was thinking of who the godfather would be for our baby.
Come now, love, about baby's name. The dear thing's 3 months old and not a name to its back yet.
Can we talk about this tomorrow?
There you go again. Talk of it tomorrow. No, we'll talk of it tonight. There's no having a word with you in the daytime, but here you can't leave me.
I wish I could.
Now, don't say you wish you could, Caudle. That's unkind, and not treating a wife, especially the wife to you, as she deserves. It isn't often that I speak, but I do believe you'd like never to hear the sound of my voice. I might as well have been born dumb. I suppose the baby must have a godfather, and so, Caudle, who shall we have? Who do you think will be able to do the most for it?
That's a selfish thing to say. Who would be able to do the most?
No, I'm not a selfish woman. Nothing of the sort. But I hope I've the feelings of a mother. And what's the use of a godfather if he gives nothing else to the child but a name? A child might almost as well not be christened at all. And so, who shall we have? What do you say?
Anybody. I don't care.
You say anybody? Don't you think something will happen to you to talk in that way? I don't know where you pick up such principles. I'm thinking who there is among our acquaintance who can do the most for the blessed creature, and you say anybody. You're quite a heathen.
Then who would you suggest?
There's Wagstaff. No chance of his ever marrying, and he's very fond of babies. He's plenty of money, and I think he might be got. Babies. I know it, babies are his weak side. Wouldn't it be a blessed thing to find our dear child in his will? Why don't you speak? I declare, Caudle, you seem to care no more for the child than if it were a stranger's. People who can't love children more than you do ought never to have 'em.
I don't like Wagstaff.
No more do I much, but what's that to do with it? People who have their families to provide for mustn't think of their feelings. I don't like him, but then I'm a mother and love my baby.
I don't want him. Period.
You won't have Wagstaff, and that's flat? Oh, Caudle, you're like nobody else, not fit for this world, you're not. What do you think of Pugsby? I can't bear his wife, but that's nothing to do with it. I know my duty to my babe. I wish other people did. What do you say?
Pugsby is a wicked fellow.
Wicked fellow. That's like you always giving people a bad name. We mustn't always believe what the world says. It doesn't become us as Christians to do it. I only know that he hasn't chick or child, and besides that, he has a very strong interest in the Bluecoats. And so, if Pugsby...
I said I don't want Pugsby, and that's that. Understand?
Don't fly out at the man in that manner. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You can't speak well of anybody. What do you say, then, to Sniggins? What's the matter with Sniggins?
I wouldn't ask him for the time of day.
Well, Sniggins, besides being a war man, has good interest in the customs, and there's nice pickings there if one only goes to the right way to get 'em. I'm not going to have my baby lost. Sacrificed, I may say, like its brothers and sisters.
Sacrifice? What do you mean by sacrifice?
Oh, you know what I mean very well. What have any of 'em got by their godfathers behind a half-pint mug, a knife and fork and spoon, and a shabby coat that I know was bought second-hand, for I could almost swear to the place? And then there was your fine friend Hartley's wife. What did she give to Caroline? Why, a trumpery lace cap. It made me blush to look at it.
That's all she could afford.
What? It was the best she could afford? Then she'd no right to stand for the child. People who can't do better than that have no business to take the responsibility of godmother. They ought to know their duties better. Well, you can't object to Goldman.
Yes, I do.
Was there ever such a man? What do you object for?
He's a miser and a usurer.
Well, I'm sure you've no business in this world, Caudle. You have such high-flown notions. Why, isn't the man as rich as the bank? And as for his being a usurer, isn't it all the better for those who come after him? I'm sure it's well there's some people in the world who save money, seeing the stupid creatures who throw it away. But you are the strangest man. I really believe you think money is sin instead of the greatest blessing, for I can't mention any of our acquaintance that's rich, and I'm sure we don't know too many such people that you haven't something to say against 'em. It's only beggars that you like, people with not a penny to bless themselves. Though you're my husband, I must say if you're a man of low notions, Caudle, I only hope none of the dear boys will take after their father. And I should like to know what's the objection to Goldman. The only thing against him is his name, I must confess it. I don't like the name of Lazarus. It's low and it doesn't sound genteel, not at all respectable. But after he's gone and done what's proper for the child, the boy could easily change it. Change Lazarus into Lawrence. I'm told the thing's done often.
You're a mean woman.
Don't say that. I'm not a mean woman. Certainly not. Quite the reverse. I've only a parent's love for my children, and I must say it, I wish everybody felt as I did. I suppose if the truth were known, you'd like your tobacco pipe friend, your drinking companion, pretty man, to stand for the child?
I have no objection to him.
I thought not. Yes, I knew what it was coming to. He's a beggar, he is, and a person who stays out half the night. Yes, he does, and it's no use your denying it. A beggar and a tippler, and that's the man you'd make godfather to your own flesh and blood. Upon my word, Caudle, it's enough to make a woman sick to hear you talk. Why, I can hardly tell you, if you won't have Wagstaff, or Pugsby, or Sniggins, or Goldman, or somebody that's respectable to do what's proper, then the child shan't be christened at all. As for Prettyman, or any such riffraff, no, never. I'm sure there's a certain set of people that poverty's catching from, and that Prettyman's one of 'em. Now, Caudle, I won't have my dear child lost by any of your spittoon acquaintances, I can tell you. No, unless I can have my way, the child shan't be christened at all.
It has to be christened. It must have a name.
It must have a name? There's no must at all in this case, none. No, it shall have no name, and then see what the world will say. I'll call it number 6. Yes, that will do as well as anything else, unless I've the godfather I like. Number 6 Caudle. I think that must make you ashamed of yourself, if anything can. Number 6 Caudle, a much better name than Mr. Prettyman could give. Yes, number 6.
Well, just as long as there isn't a number 7.
Number 7? Oh, Caudle, if ever.
Number six sounds fine to
That's a
us.
good one. Yeah, I like that.
Number 6.
Good one.
Let's have a drink to number 6.
Yeah, it's the number
Number
6.
six.
Number 6.
Salute. Only if it were that easy.
This story is titled The Gold Digger. It's about two women, Joyce and Linda, who were best friends since childhood. Their friendship disintegrated after Joyce stole Linda's husband and married him. A good reason to break up a friendship. Now Joyce wants to make amends and explains her actions to Linda.
Got what you deserve. I always believed in karma. Not that I wished anything bad for you, but I'll take what I can get. After all those years we were married, all the hardship, then you dumped me for my best friend, no less. Well, I hope it's hot where you are now.
Oh, there's my friend Linda. I didn't think she'd come.
Why not?
Oh, it's a long story, Baron. Perhaps one day I'll tell you.
Would you like to be alone with her?
Oh, no. Come, I'll introduce you to her. Linda! Linda, I didn't think you'd come.
Well, I'm here, reluctantly.
Baron von Hofsucker, this is Linda Knight.
Linda, charmed to make your acquaintance. Linda Knight. She has the same last name as you.
She was once married to my deceased husband.
Oh.
Baron, where are you from?
Deutschland, Germany, in English.
You sound like a nice catch.
Oh, Baron, why don't you go take a stroll and Linda and I can catch up on old times?
Oh, yeah. I take a walk to the cemetery. Better than being carried.
He sounds like a nice catch. Did you steal him from some poor, unsuspecting wife?
No, he's a widower.
Oh, I bet he's worth a fortune.
But actually, he is. He owns a castle in Germany. He comes from a noble family.
You really know how to pick 'em. I always said you were a gold digger.
Better digging for gold than potatoes.
I received your message asking me to come here. I thought you had some nerve asking me to come. I wasn't going to come, but I thought, what the heck? I wanted the satisfaction of looking you in the face and telling you what a lowlife I thought you were. A two-timing, sneaky, husband-stealing slut. And to meet here, of all places, at Eric's gravesite. First time I was here, you got him a nice headstone, which he didn't deserve.
I asked you here for a reason. Today is 1 year since his death.
totally forgot. Maybe that's why I've been so happy this past year. He got his just dessert. Well, why did you ask me here? To ruin my day like you ruined my life?
Let's walk over there and we can sit down and talk. Remember this picture?
Yes, that was a picture of us when we were in school together. It was a long time ago.
Yes. Remember the dreams we had? We would meet our prince and live in a world of Camelot, and we vowed to be best friends for life, no matter what.
Yeah, the idle dreams of schoolgirls. My dreams became a nightmare because of you. Best friends? Some friend you were. Stealing my husband, ruining my marriage.
Is that what you think, that I stole your husband?
What else am I supposed to think? Eric and I were happily married for over 20 years. Then you come along, take him from me, and leave me to rot.
And I didn't steal your husband. I didn't want to hurt you. I did it for us.
Run that by me again. You did it for us.
Yes. Eric was running around on you, behind your back.
I don't believe that.
Believe it or not, it's true. He was having a fling with some of the women at work. He even had a fling with your neighbor, Amy.
Amy, I would have known.
That's just it. You didn't know. You were completely in the dark. He ran all over town making the moves on women. I hate to tell you how many times he tried to seduce me, but I always turned him down out of loyalty to our friendship.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, then what? You would have blamed me, or you would have said I was trying to seduce him or something.
So instead you stole him from me and married him.
I had my reasons. Eric confided in me that he wanted a divorce. To dump you, actually. And he put all the money in all the assets in the corporation. Everything you both owned went into that corporation, so that when you got a divorce, you would get nothing. He planned it so that you would have no money to hire a lawyer and go after him or the corporation in the courts.
I asked my lawyer about that. He told me it would be a long, drawn-out battle. He said he wouldn't do it on a contingency basis. He wanted money up front. He told me to take what Eric was offering me. I wouldn't be able to get more.
If it wasn't for me, you would have gotten less. I told him to give you more. And I was the one who sent you money on the side every month. Eric didn't know.
You mean those extra checks were from you? I thought maybe Eric's guilty conscience got the better of him. I wasn't going to ask. I just needed the money, so I kept quiet. How long were you seeing him before the divorce?
About 6 months. I knew while he was planning to divorce you that he was looking around for someone else to marry. So I came up with a plan to marry him so that someone else wouldn't get their claws into him, and then we would lose out.
We?
Yes, we. I hated him for cheating on you behind your back. After 20 years of marriage, you deserved better. So I decided to marry him. This way I could get the money and not some bimbo who would get everything.
Haha, so you got all the money.
Yes. He complained that you were always nagging him about his drinking and smoking, especially with his bad heart. Well, I encouraged him to drink and smoke and hoping it would do him in. And it did. A massive heart attack. I love when a plan comes together.
You didn't.
I guess you could say I'm guilty of murder by encouragement. C'est la vie. The devil got his due.
I always knew you were bad, always conniving.
Well, this is the reason that I asked you to come here today.
What is this?
Open it and find out. It's a check for $5 million.
5 million? I don't understand.
It's yours, payable to you. It's your share of my inheritance from Eric. I had to wait a while for the estate to be settled in the courts, but it took almost a year. I got everything.
You mean I can keep this?
It's yours. My plan all along was to marry Eric, get the money, and split it with you. Better us getting it than some other gold digger getting it. I looked after you like a sister.
I don't know what to say. I was so hurt by Eric leaving me and thinking that my best friend could do this to me. I was miserable, depressed. I hated you more than I hated Eric. Why didn't you just tell me? I probably would have thought it was a good idea.
Oh, I couldn't take the chance, and maybe you would say something and my plan would be ruined. So you keep the money and enjoy it.
All I can say is I'm sorry. I never thought...
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all you had to go through. Well, if my plans work out, I'll have more money soon.
What are you going to do?
Oh, Baron! Oh, there's my next dupe. I'm going to Germany with the Baron. We're to be married in his castle. And you, my dear, will be the maid of honor. It's just like I dreamed, married to Prince Charming. And I'll be Cinderella. The shoe fits.
When?
Soon you'll get the invitation. Oh, and I shall be Baroness von Hossaker. Imagine me with a title. Sounds a lot better than gold digger, don't you think? Oh, did I mention he has a bad heart?
You wouldn't.
So, mein Liebchen, are you ready to leave?
Oh, yes. Linda and I had a long talk, and we've settled our differences. She's agreed to be the maid of honor at our wedding.
Wunderbar. I look forward to seeing you there.
Congratulations, and I look forward to being there.
Well, Liebchen, we must go. Auf Wiedersehen, Linda. We will meet again soon.
We shall see you soon.
Once again, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding.
Oh, let bygones be bygones.
Following is a poetry reading, How Did You Die? By Edmund Vance Cook, recited by Douglas Zimmer.
Did you tackle that trouble that came your way with a resolute heart and cheerful, or hide your face from the light of day with a craven soul and fearful? A trouble's a ton, or a trouble's an ounce, or a trouble is what you make it, and it isn't the fact that you're hurt that counts, but only how did you take it? You were beaten to earth? Well, what's that? Come up with a smiling face. It's nothing against you to fall down flat, but to lie there, that's disgrace. The harder you're thrown, why, the higher you bounce. Be proud of your blackened eye. It isn't the fact that you're licked that counts. It's how did you fight and why? And though you be done to the death, what then? If you battled the best you could, if you played your part in the world of men, why the critic will call it good. Death comes with a crawl or comes with a pounce, and whether he's slow or spry, it isn't the fact that you're dead that counts, but only how did you die?
Now for some country music. The song, I Want to Be a Country Star. Good luck on that one. It's late at night, the family's asleep. I sneak down and play my guitar. I play some songs and I sing along. I want to be a country star. I want to wail like Waylon and Willie, croon like Haggard and Jones. I want to fill their shoes, I got nothing to lose. I want to be a country star. I'll sing about love and heartbreak. I'll sing about life and death. I'll pour out my heart, I'll play the part. I want to be a country star. I want to wail like Waylon and Willie, croon like Haggard and Jones. I want to fill their shoes, I got nothing to lose. I want to be a country star. The road to the top ain't easy. You have to pay your dues. One night gigs in smoky bars. I want to be a country star. I want to wail like Waylon and Willie, croon like Haggard and Jones. A 3-chord song on an old guitar. I want to be a country star. Now if I never make it to become a country star, I'll just play my songs and I'll sing along in smoky barroom bars. I want to wail like Waylon and Willie, croon like Haggard and Jones. A 3-chord song on an old guitar. I want to be a country star. I want to wail like Waylon and Willie, croon like Haggard and Jones. I want to fill their shoes, I got nothing to lose. I want to be a country star. I want to fill their shoes, I got nothing to lose. I want to be a country star. I want to be a country star. Lay by my side, little darling, and lay your cool hand on my brow. Promise me that you will always be nobody's darling but mine. You're as sweet as the flowers in springtime, you're as pure as the dew from the rose, and I'd rather be somebody's darling than a poor boy that nobody knows. Ain't nobody's darling but my love. Be honest, be faithful, be kind. And promise me that you will always be nobody's darling but mine.
darling, I'm leaving this cold world behind. So promise me that you will never be nobody's darling but mine. Be nobody